Welcome back. It's Wednesday night, which means Shadows of Brimstone. Last time, our two heroes failed. They failed miserably, and the darkness escaped, and it destroyed the town. They had nowhere to go, so they are wandering through the desert, and what they heard as they passed a miner was that that's it. There are just too many gates opening up and creatures coming out of the local mine to handle. When one gate closes, two more open up around it. There's only one thing for it. You'll have to blow the mine. Collecting up all the heavy-duty explosives the local frontier town has to offer, which it was empty and destroyed, so it was all free for the taking. They set off into the depths to find a couple of good spots to blow the mine and collapse it for good. So as this adventure begins, Mandy, the Saloon Girl, is leveling up to level 3 at this point. Have to do that before we start the next adventure. So first thing is she is going to level up for her upgrade bonus. We'll use the white dice. 2d6. And she gets an 8. An 8 is +1 lore or +1 luck and gain d6 health and sanity. So +1 lore and +1 luck. Right now, I think we're going to go with the +1 luck, which will take her up to 4. And let's give her, see how much health and sanity she can get. 2. Okay, well, I think we're just going to go, she's at 15 sanity and 12 health. So let's just add both of them to her health. Now we need to look at her upgrade chart. Last time she took the gentle manner, giving her extra 5 experience points and +3 to her sanity, because she took that initial hit to her sanity. I think we're just going to continue to go right down the charm and take Witty Retort. Once per turn, when you kill an enemy, you may heal 2 wounds and +1 to the max grit. So I think that's what we're going to go. So the other thing we have to do is pull a werewolf tribal pack for the werewolves for this adventure in case any do show up. So pull off the top here, and they are brothers of the wolf. They are taken by the wolf mother during a tribal ritual. These young and bloodthirsty Indian braves are hunters on a physical spirit journey. Finding one another in the wild and forming a pack, they are on the warpath to collect trophies for their lunar goddess, proving their worth as warriors of the night. So Brothers of the Wolf have the keyword tribal, and any hero KO'd by a Brothers of the Wolf enemy must also discard an item, side bag, token, or dark stone, which is taken as a trophy. Also, if they get KO'd by a wolf, they have to roll to see if they become a wolf. So I will put this card over here to stay in play. And then last but not least, the actual mission itself. So the goal is to blow this mine. It's set up with a T-junction already there, and you have to basically set charges on either side of the T-junction to make sure that it all comes apart. There are special rules, limited doors, so each clue icon takes away a door. You roll for every door you find, and as soon as you find a dead-end passage, you can lay your explosives and then go to the other side. For this mission, Growing Dread cards are all revealed immediately, and then at the very end, you may have to face a monster to get out of the mines, and hopefully you get out before it blows up. If you fail, if you fail before placing both of the explosive, the darkness escapes the mine and devours the hero's horses before ravaging the countryside. I don't have any horses, or I don't have any transport items, so that's fine. If they fail after placing both of the explosives, they are caught in the blast, and then they have to roll on the injury chart to see how bad they're hurt. If they do blow up the mine, they get 250 gold and 25 experience. So, the other thing is all world markers. I had pulled out a whole bunch of world cards. But you can't go to another world because you can't blow up the mine from the other world. So all world markers are ignored. Now for this one I added in a couple of the supplements, the Edge of the Abyss supplement, which added some darkness cards and some darkness cards and encounters, and then I added the supplement that added 15 additional growing dread cards. Just to get a little bit more variation, I'll keep adding things as I go along. And the one thing I have to remember is that because the Saloon Girl is now level 3, each enemy gets an elite ability and is worth 5 extra experience points. I also put in a bunch of enemies, bandits, rats, ancient horrors, etc. This would have been a great scenario for the Void Swarms, but I don't have those painted up yet, so they're not in there. But hopefully I'll get some variability. So between adding extra darkness cards, extra growing dread cards, extra mine encounters, and the extra monsters, hopefully there'll be some new stuff, even though I can't go to other worlds. To start the game, of course, same as always, we'll hold back the darkness, but just to go over some of the changes, our U.S. Marshal has a sanity and a health of 11 each. He has a close combat of 4 and a max grit of 4, as well as he's got a strength bonus and an agility bonus. He's carrying 6 Darkstone, has his grit, and has a couple of corruption. Saloon Girl has 5 corruption, but her max corruption is 7. She's got some Darkstone, she's got a grit, a couple dynamite, a tonic. The Marshal has a couple bandages and some dynamite. We do have the lantern, and we have the revive token. And like I said, she's level 3, so hopefully I'll remember all these elite abilities. And hopefully I'll be able to actually hold back the darkness, unlike prior games. And of course, right off the bat, we fail to hold back the darkness. And while the Saloon Girl has the pipe, which gave her +1 lore, she still has that soul parasite, which increased her lore and initiative, but whenever she rolls a 1 for her move, she takes 2 sanity damage, ignoring her willpower. But, so, for her move, 2, which gives her 3, and she will scavenge for nothing. And the Marshal, he can move 5. And he'll scavenge. And he finds 2. So his first scavenge is Chilling Dread. Draw a growing dread card. He gets 10 experience. And because of the rules, the growing dread card happens immediately. Echoes of Betrayal. Betrayed by the traveler you met on the road. You have lost the upper hand. The enemy knows you are here and it wants you to come closer. Heroes may not use grit during the first turn of the next fight. If already in a fight, they may not use grit during the next turn on this fight instead. Okay, so we'll just have to remember for the next fight. And then for the second scavenge, a hideous discovery. So how he gets both bad. Poking around in the shadows, you see something that chills you to the bone. You quickly return to the group, refusing to speak of what you found. Take 3 horror hits that do 2 sanity each, and another 10 experience. Well, he saves 2, so he takes 2 sanity damage. Not a great way to start the adventure. We'll try and hold back the darkness, and we do. So that's good news. So now move for the Saloon Girl, so she can move 4. She will scavenge this room. You know, you don't move the depth track for this as a starting location, so I would assume because of that, that also means this is one contiguous room, so she probably can't scavenge in there either. So we won't scavenge in this room. Now, Marshal, he can go 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go ahead and do it. He's going to take his 5 experience points. He never seems to get to go first, so we will draw a map. Oops, that's the T-junction that we started with. So, the boiler room. So sorry about going off screen again, but here's an exploration token. There are 3 doors, which is not helpful, but end of turn, only 1 door here, and an encounter. So first thing we have to do, because it is a wolf, we'll see if we have to do a wolfman encounter too, and we do. So we will do both a wolf encounter and a regular encounter. And then we will roll for doors. Which door? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that correct? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is where the door is. Put an end cap on the others. Now we'll draw the mine encounter, and it is shafts of light. The ceiling here is broken out in places with shafts of light spilling down into the room. Your spirits are lifted slightly at the hope that all is not lost. Not yet. Spirit 5. If successful, you can recover a grit or cancel a darkness card on the roll of 4, 5, 6, or growing dread on a roll of 5 or 6. Well, the growing dread won't be helpful for this one. If no one passes the test, we have to draw a growing dread. And then the wolf encounter, deep scratches. The walls and floors here are slashed and clawed, deep grooves carved into the stone and earth, an ominous sign that you are getting close. A cunning 5 test. If more than half of the heroes fail the test, they get attacked. So, alright, so we're going to do the Spirit 5 first, and that is all of them. So, the white dice will be Mandy, and the red dice will be our Marshal. Mandy passes, and the Marshal fails. Okay, but nothing happens if no heroes pass test. So she gets a grit, and that's really the extent of that one. So she has 2 grit now. And then all heroes have to pass a cunning 5 test. So the Marshal is a cunning 4, and the Saloon Girl is a cunning 3. So it is a cunning 5. She passes. He's going to use a grit. And he still doesn't pass, which means she gets 20 experience. If more than half the heroes fail the test, well, we have exactly half failed, so nothing happens. We don't get attacked. And then we got to roll on a d6 to see if this is a dead end or not. Because we're on the lower end of the darkness track, which I forgot to move up, so we've gone up 1. On a 4+, this is actually not a door. And at 4+, it is, so we've actually found a dead end. That was convenient. That never happens. So now let me make sure. Anytime you reveal an exploration token, roll a d6 for each door or gate on that token. On a 4+, ignore the door or gate. When you're in the middle stage, it's a 3, and when you're in the last stage, it's automatic. And then we have to roll on a d6 to see whether there's something attacks us or not. Don't need that anymore. Alright. A 3. Add a normal threat to the exploration token. So because there is a threat, we roll a d6 to see whether it is a wolf or not. It is, I can't remember if it's on a 1, 2, on a 1, 2, or 3 it's a wolf, so this is not a wolf, so we just draw a normal threat. And despite putting 6 other monsters in here, we still get a Night Terror and a peril dice worth of Stranglers. 6 Stranglers. Alright, so I've laid out our attacking fiends. So we have Sully, the Night Terror, and then we have 6 Stranglers. The Stranglers are initiative 4, the Night Terror is initiative 3, and now we have to give each one of them an elite ability. Alright, I don't normally stand them up like this, but I'll forget the elite abilities if I don't do that. So, the white are the Strangler's elite ability, and the red is the Night Terror. So, the elite ability number 6 for the Stranglers. Now, Stranglers are initiative 4, 3 health, 2 defense, 4 combat that do 1 damage each on a 3. Writhing form. They get plus 3 health and regeneration 2, so they heal 2 wounds at the start of each turn. Oh man, that's going to make these guys really tough. And then the Night Terrors, they're a large enemy, so they can push the Stranglers out of the way. They are Terror 2, 12 health, 4 combat that do 4 damage each, but they only hit on 5s. And their elite ability is regeneration 2, so they get to heal as well. This is not going to be pleasant. I am very glad that the Saloon Girl gets to go first, but the first thing to do is to hold back the darkness. We do. Unusual, but we did it. Now the Saloon Girl, she moves 5, that'll be 6. I think she's just going to stay there, going to let them come to her. And actually, let's see. So she can't do anything else this turn, unfortunately. I mean, she could throw, what is her strength is 1. So she could throw some dynamite here. She could throw it 4. 1, 2, 3. She could throw it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think she's going to do that. She's actually going to throw the dynamite right there. Hopefully it bounces the right way. She, of course, can't use grit the first turn of this battle. It's going to bounce. So it'll bounce D3 times. It's going to bounce twice. First bounce is an 8, which I think is good for us. An 8 goes here. Still not terrible. And now it bounces twice. 1. Crap. So it just lands on that guy. So they take D6 wounds each, those 2 Stranglers right there. So D6 wounds. So on this guy, D6 wounds. 3. That's enough to kill him. And then on this guy, D6 wounds, just 1 wound. Well, that was sort of a waste of that dynamite, I believe. But she killed 1, so she gets 30 experience because of the extra 5. And he takes 1 wound. And unfortunately now, it is the Strangler's turn, and they have a move of 6. One's going to attack the Marshal and one's going to attack her. That's just the way it'll work, so I'm not going to bother rolling for that. So he's the closest. Well, and I guess we need to know whether he's attacking the Marshal or not. So he is attacking the Marshal. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they'll pile in, and it doesn't matter because he's just going to sully. The Night Terror is just going to go past them anyway. So we're going to get 4 attacks on the Marshal and 4 attacks on the Saloon Girl. So red will be attacks on the Marshal, white will be attacks on the Saloon Girl. They hit on 3s, so that's a lot of attacks. And each 6 counts as 3 hits, so of course the Marshal gets whacked for an extra 2. Oh, I completely forgot. They had +3 health. Shoot. So never mind. This guy is not dead. We'll just put him there. I messed that up. Alright, so let's see what we can defend against. So they each take 1 wound. It's not too bad. 1 wound for the Marshal and 1 wound for the Saloon Girl. And now it's the Marshal's turn. Ooh. I think he's going to do close combat. He's going to do melee because he gets 4 attacks. His attacks are with his hunting knife. Once per turn he can re-roll 1 of his melee to hit rolls. So, yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to attack with 4. Normally he uses his shotgun, but we'll see. Still 4s to hit. I thought he had something that helped with that, but I guess not. 4s to hit. 3 hits. 2 of them are crits. That's good. So he is going to put the first crit on this one that has 3 wounds. And he does enough to kill him. He gets that 30 experience that the Saloon Girl accidentally took. He's going to put his second critical hit on this one. And 6, that's enough to kill him. And there's nobody else close. So, and it doesn't matter that he could have re-rolled that wound. Or could have re-rolled that one that I didn't think to re-roll. Doesn't matter because there's nobody else that he could attack. Now he can heal a wound and a sanity for each monster he kills, and he gets 10 extra experience points for his cleaning up the west ability, so he gets an extra 20 experience. And that would be the end of this turn, except that the Night Terror gets to go. And I forgot, they each should take 2 horror hits, 2 sanity. So let's roll for their sanity for the Night Terror. I forgot that. She failed 1. Now he gets to move, so the Night Terror, he has regeneration as well, and his move is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can push them out of the way. On a 1, 2, 3, he attacks the Marshal. On a 4, 5, 6, the Saloon Girl. So he's attacking the Saloon Girl. His combat is 4. One hit. She will try to defend it. She fails to defend it, and she can't use grit. So that's 4 damage. And that is the end of the turn. So now, time to hold back the darkness. And we do. Now it is Saloon Girl's turn. She has 2 attacks, and we can start using grit again. First, she rolls to move. I would have used her Comforting Presence, but he has no wounds or sanity, so couldn't do that. So, okay, so roll to move. She's not moving, going anywhere. She's going to attack the Night Terror. She does 1 critical hit, and with her axe she can re-roll 1 roll. So she has 1 hit and 1 crit. They're both going on him, so red is the critical, white is the regular. So 2 for the critical hit, and he has a defense of 3, so 5 total damage to the Night Terror, which gives her 35 experience. She's going to use her holdout pistol, and she misses. Now it is the Strangler's turn. They'll have to attack the Marshal because he is the one not being attacked. For combat. For 4 hits total. Let's see what he can defend. He defends them all. Now it is the Marshal's turn. He's going to do 4 attacks again. He does 1 crit. He can re-roll 1. He still misses with it. So 1 crit and 1 regular. Red will be the critical. White will be the regular. He's putting them both on the Terror. He's going to use... Oh, he doesn't have a grit. Oh, but he didn't move. Hold on. To move. And he didn't get a grit. So he does a total of 1 damage. 1 additional damage. Now it's the Night Terror's turn. 4 attacks on the Saloon Girl. He hits once. And I forgot their horror hits again. I'll do that after. See if she can defend. She defends. Red's the Marshal, white's the Saloon Girl for the horror hits. She does not. She loses 1, so she's got another sanity damage. And that is the end of that turn. I just moved the camera a little bit to maybe see the dice a little bit better. But first thing to do is to hold back the darkness. And we do. The next thing to do is the Night Terror regenerates 2 wounds. That is not going to be nice. Saloon Girl moves. Nope. Saloon Girl will attack the Night Terror. She gets to reroll 1, so 2 hits. Before her hits, we'll do her horror hits, because I keep forgetting those, so she takes another sanity damage. 2 hits, so both of them on the Night Terror, so for 2 more damage. So back to 6. Oh, what am I talking about? I completely forgot. Each of hers gets 2 additional points, 1 for her dirty fighting, 1 for her axe. That still just brings this, still nothing there, but that's 2 more wounds. And I did not give the sheriff his experience for his last one. And then she just did a total of 4 wounds. So that's another 30 experience. Now it is Slasher's turn to attack our Marshal. He does one hit for 3 hits. Can we defend? Ooh, he doesn't defend any of them. So 3 damage. It is what it is. Now it's the Marshal's turn. He's going to attack 4 times. He can re-roll one of them. Got a critical. So he has 1 critical and 1 regular hit. Let me see. 8. So he's going to assign the critical hit. Oh, he forgot to move. Hold on. Red die. Nope. Forgot his horror hits. He takes a sanity. So he's going to do the critical on the Night Terror to start. A 4 will kill it. And he only does 2, so he'll do the regular hit on the Night Terror now. Oh man. I wish he had something that did extra damage. So he does 3 damage there. Which leaves him with 1. He is going to use his Swamp Raptor Claw. One free attack once per fight. So he's going to go ahead and do that. And he misses. Ah. So, Night Terror now attacks the Saloon Girl. And he misses. So that is the end of the turn. He regenerates 2 wounds. Now we have to hold back the darkness again. And we do not. And now a darkness card. Overwhelming Dread. Add a growing dread card to the stack. Oh no. And that means that gets played right now. Dread. You shudder to think of what lay before you. Move the darkness step 1 step forward on the darkness track. Okay. Well, Saloon Girl's turn. 2 horror hits. She takes them 2 sanity damage. Move. No grit there. And she'll attack the Night Terror, or well, she'll attack. A critical and a regular. So we will do the critical first on the Night Terror. She's going to use a grit to re-roll that. And she gets a 4. So he was now at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's enough to kill him. So she did 3 damage. Oh, actually, why would I use that grit? I forgot. She got the extra 2 damage. So her 1, so we're not going to use the grit. I forgot that she got the extra 2 damage, which kills him, was enough to kill him. So she gets an extra 5 because he's an elite. So that's 15 plus his 3, so 30 experience. And she killed a model. So with her new skill, she should heal 2 wounds for that, I believe. This is a brand new level up. I don't remember exactly what she got. Yep. Once per turn when she kills an enemy, she can heal 2 wounds. So she can heal wounds. Doesn't say sanity though. So she's down to 3 wounds. And the Night Terror is gone. But that just means a Strangler moves in. But she can use her other regular hit on that Strangler. 1, 2, 3, does 1 damage. Well, I might as well put it on there because the sheriff could take him out. Now it's the Strangler's turn because they're the same initiative as the sheriff. So 4 attacks on the sheriff, 4 attacks on her. Red, I keep calling him the sheriff. On the Marshal. 4. Red is Marshal. White is the Saloon Girl. They hit on 3s. So 2 each. Can we defend them? Red is the Marshal. So they each take 1 damage. And I forgot Comforting Presence last round. Actually every round. So he should have healed a wound last round and the round before, which would give her 20 more experience. Now it is the sheriff's turn. 4 attacks, and he can reroll 1 of them. He will reroll this one, and he still misses. So 3 regular hits. Ooh, so he's going to put. He's going to do them 1 at a time. He has no grit. Oh, his move. No, okay. So he's going to do them 1 at a time on the Strangler. That's 6. Take out 3. That's 3. That takes him to 4 wounds. Now he's going to use the second one on him. That's 3, 4. That's 5. 1 more off of him, so he's at 5. Last one. Ooh, 1. So he's at 5 wounds. But it's going to be the end of the turn, so we'll just make him 3 wounds because he's going to regenerate 2. Time to hold back the darkness. Again, we don't. Another darkness card. Back to my normal rolls. Suffocating Mist. A green mist fills, choking all the heroes. Each hero takes 3 hits. And place this card on a random hero's map tile. Any hero ending their move on this map tile takes 2 hits. Ooh. Okay. Alright, so each one takes 3 hits. And so the Marshal takes 1 and gets a poison, and she takes 2 and gets 2 poison markers. Comforting Presence again, I keep forgetting that. Alright, so that was, and this stays in play. So any hero ending their move on this map tile. Alright, so her turn, her move, 1, she gets a grit. And I think she's going to try to escape. Their escape is, a 6+. Nope. So never mind. So she will attack, 2 attacks. Reroll 1 for the axe, still done. Put it on the wounded one. That's a 2, plus she gets 2 more. That gives him a total of 2 more wounds, so he's up to 5. Oh, this is going to be awful. Alright, now the normal. So she ends her turn, so she has to take 2. And she takes another wound and another poison. Things were going so well. Yeah, their turn. Ooh. So we got 5 there now. And a bunch here. Alright, we'll roll for the Marshal first. He takes 2 wounds. And I can't remember who killed the Night Terror. Oh, that was her, not him. Okay, now she takes 1 wound. Now the sheriff's going to go, or the marshal. Reroll this one. He's got 1 critical. Okay, he's going to put a regular hit on this one here. Oh, and roll to move. Nope. Okay, he's going to put the other regular hit on that one. 4 minus 2. That is enough to kill him. So he kills 1, which means he can heal a sanity and a wound. Gets an extra 10 experience on top of the 30 that he would already get. And then he's going to use his critical hit on the one in front of him. Oh, for 5 more. And I don't have any extra anything, so. And that's going to be the end of the turn, so this one at the beginning of the next turn will regenerate, so I'm just going to put the 3 on there. Now hold back the darkness. We don't again. Oh, this is getting bad. Now poison. He has 1 poison. It's removed. And so he's good. I think that's right. I think it's on a 5 or a 6 for the poison. Nope, I was wrong. He keeps the poison. There's no effect, but the poison doesn't wear off. And she has 3 poison markers. So she takes 1 damage, 1 doesn't do anything, and she gets rid of 1. Her comforting presence at the end of the last turn. Oh, this is bad. Okay. So it's her turn to go. She will roll to move. Nope. Roll to escape. She can't escape. She's going to move back 1, so she's not taking those hits. But that also means she can't attack this turn. Never mind, that's okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave her where she is. She'll just have to chance the wounds. Alright, so she's going to attack this guy here. She can reroll 1. She still doesn't hit, so it didn't matter. You know what? She's going to use a grit to reroll him. So she gets a critical and a... So she's going to use her critical hit on him for 1 damage, and the regular for 5. That's enough to kill it. They'll move forward on their turn. She gets 30 experience and heals 2 wounds because of her new trait. Have to remember that more often. Alright, so we're back to the same old 4 hits on each, 4 attacks on each. Red is the Marshal. Ooh, this is bad. So we've got an extra 4. There he is. And then for him, we've got just an extra 2. No, this is a reverse of last time. Alright. See if we can defend any of these. She just takes 2. And he can defend. He defends them all. I'm just going to use these dice. He will attack. He gets to reroll 1. So he's got 2 criticals and a regular. Alright, so he's going to do these 1 at a time. Forgot to roll to move. Nope, he still has no grit. So, nope. 1 right in front of him. Does 2 damage. The next critical. So it's up to 3 damage. Regular hit. does enough to kill it. So he heals another wound. He gets his 40 experience. And that is the end of the turn. Comforting Presence. He can heal another wound. She then gets 10 experience. And now we have to try and hold back the darkness again. Double sixes. Well, 9. So we still hold it back. I can't believe we've only gone one room. Oh, and they needed their poison hits because they ended there. So red is the Marshal, white's the Saloon Girl. Marshal took 1 poison hit damage for the poison. Now it's the start of this turn. I just rolled to hold back the darkness. Now they have to actually do their poison. Not the room's poison, but their poison. So, the Marshal, he is fine, but he keeps his poison. Saloon Girl has 2 on her now. She is fine and loses another one. So she's down to 1 poison marker. Now the Saloon Girl can roll to move. Okay, no grit. She attacks. She can reroll 1 because of her axe. 2 hits. Of course, they're going on the one guy. That's 4 plus her. I keep forgetting her 2 extra damage. So that is 3 damage from one, 3 damage from the other. She kills it. She can heal 2 wounds. She gets 30 experience. And thank goodness that is over. So now they can catch their breath. So she can heal 1. So she will heal a sanity. He will take a grit. Her Comforting Presence heals 1 of his wounds, because that was the end of the turn. And now they get loot. And they've ended their movement, so after they get their loot, they will have to take their 2 poison hits. So Saloon Girl gets D6 times 50 gold nuggets and 20 experience. D6 times 50. Ooh, she gets 50 gold. And then the Marshal gets 250 and 20 experience. Alright. Then they ended their movement on this tile. So red's the Marshal, white's the Saloon Girl. Saloon Girl takes 1 more damage. Alright, well, we finished one side, so they throw down their explosive marker, and then they're going to run. So hold back the darkness. They fail again, and it's a Growing Dread card. Terrible Dread. The darkness ahead creeps its way into your mind and your soul. The darkness moves 1 step forward on the depth track. If this moves onto a blood spatter or a Growing Dread space, each hero also takes a corruption hit. Well, it doesn't. Alright, so Saloon Girl to move. She can move 3. And we've already scavenged that room now, so the Marshal moves. He moves 6. So he is going to peek into the next room for 5 experience. He's got to catch up because he's so far behind in his experience. And draw a map. And we have the Summoning Chamber. Let me get that set up. Okay, we're now looking into this chamber. We've got an exploration token here. We'll flip it because it's the end of the turn. Encounter times 2, and there's only one door. I wonder if you would do the door first and then that would ignore the encounters, or I think you would just do the encounters and everything first, but you do roll for the door. So first let's roll if there is a door or not. So on a roll of a 4+, there is no door. I moved the depth track up. There is no door. So amazingly, we are in an end room. So the question is, do you ignore the encounters now? This is not the final room, so I don't think you would ignore the encounters. So I think it's 2 encounters, and then we roll to see if there's a threat in there too. That doesn't make sense that you'd have the encounters and the threats, but I guess you could. So we'll do the encounters, then we'll do the threats. First, let's see, is there also a werewolf encounter? There is not. So just 2 encounters. So let's draw the 2 encounters. Mangled remains. A broken and twisted mess that looks like it may have once been human rests here. The sight is not pretty, and the smell is worst. If there is someone you were looking for as part of your mission, well, there wasn't. Otherwise, each hero takes a Spirit 6 test. If successful, recover a grit. If failed, take D6 horror hits. Alright, and then the second one is which way? Mine shaft splits off in 2 directions. Down one path you hear sounds of screams. This map tile has exactly 2 exit doors. Can't do that because that would supersede the actual mission. So we can't do that. That one is a nothing burger. So, but we do have to do a Spirit 6 test. Alright, so Saloon Girl has a spirit of 3. And oh, so she passes. So each hero gains 25 experience points. Oh wait, yeah. No, she gets a grit and then so she just gets a grit and does not take it. But you know, the Marshal, with his spirit of 2, is going to take the horror hits. Of course. So D6 horror hits. And of course it's 6. Well, he only takes 2. That's pretty good. So 2 horror hits. 2 sanity damage. And they both ended their turn, or they started a turn and I forgot to roll for poison. So red is the Marshal, white is the Saloon Girl. She takes a damage. He does not. But that is that. Now we have to roll to see what is at if there's something in this mine. So we'll roll a 6. Oh, whoops. There is no extra threat here. So now we just got to run for the exit. And once we get to the mine exit, what happens is, so we put down another, I'm just going to use, we put down another, that's another explosion, explosives. At the end of any turn in which we are there, at the mine entrance, then we have to hold back the darkness, and if we fail, there is a threat there. Hold back the darkness. We do not again. So another darkness card. Demonic force. All demon enemies are now +1 combat. Okay. Saloon Girl poison roll. She removes her poison. Now to move, she could move. Ooh, will he make it to there or not? She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. No, she's just going to go 4. Alright, poison for the sheriff. Oh, he gets rid of his as well. Sorry. And he's a marshal, not a sheriff. I know that. I don't know why I keep doing that. Now his move roll is a 2, which gives him a 3 because of his adventure boots. So 1, 2, 3. Now we do a special hold back the darkness roll to see if we get attacked or not. We did hold back the darkness. Oh yeah, I did move that. We did 1 room, 2 room. Yep. So we held back the darkness. I don't think we have to do it again. I think it's just one time. I actually better look that up. I think we may have won. They may have actually won something. That never happens. If the test is successful, the coast is clear and the heroes are able to hightail it without incident. So, actually a fairly uneventful one fight against monsters that we already knew. But they get to hightail it out of there. They are actually successful. Doo-doo. So they have hightailed it out. They are gone. The mine explodes behind them. They get their 250 gold each and 25 experience points. They've healed all their wounds. They've reset to 1 grit, and now they have to roll for corruption, of which she could be in trouble. She may get mutated here. So she might not only have a soul parasite, but a mutation. So she has 5 Darkstone. So she's going to roll for, does she take the corruption hits? Ooh, she takes 2 corruption hits. So she will roll to save on the willpower save. She doesn't. So she is at her max corruption. 1 more corruption and she's going to mutate. Now the sheriff has 6 Darkstone. So we got to either sell some of these or do something with them. So he takes 2 as well, right? Or 3. Is it on a 1 and 2 or a 1, 2, or 3? Oh, nope, he takes 3. See if he can save any. He saves 1, so he takes 2. He's up to 4. He is up to 4 corruption. When we come back, we will roll for what kind of town they're going to and see what their town adventure is. So, hey, until next time, thanks for watching. We will add up all their gold and their experience. I think that the Marshal will be able to level up to level 3 next go around as well. So a relatively short adventure, and they were actually successful. I cannot believe it. They actually won one.